pause for just a moment. Take a slow, deliberate breath. Not the hurried, unconscious breathing you do throughout your ordinary day, but rather a full inhalation with complete awareness, with intention deep within your heart, as if by this single breath alone, you could unlock the gateway to an entirely different state of being and existence. Allow me to pose a question. What if I told you that the key to transforming your patterns of thought, healing your physical body, and even altering the very course of your destiny has been hiding in plain sight all along, right beneath your very nose, and almost no one has ever whispered its secret to you? This is not mere poetic language or beautiful words. What I'm about to share with you is knowledge that was once guarded jealously and held sacred by ancient civilizations. A breathing technique considered so profoundly powerful, so utterly transformative, that it was passed down only to those students and disciples who had proven themselves ready to walk the path of the highest spiritual awakening and inner resurrection. In the midst of our modern world's chaos and commotion, where anxiety, packed schedules, and endless distractions have become woven into the very fabric of daily life, we have gradually become separated and disconnected from the most fundamental tool available for regulating our vital energy: conscious breathing. We've been taught and conditioned to seek answers outside ourselves, through expensive therapies, instant shortcuts, empty promises, and hollow guarantees. Yet the very core of true miracle and transformation lies hidden within every single breath we take, simply by fully experiencing and savoring each inhalation and exhalation. Now, the scientific world is slowly beginning to acknowledge something that Taoist masters, Indian yogis, and shamans from ancient tribes understood long ago, long before the existence of laboratories or brain scanning machines. The way we breathe doesn't merely supply oxygen to our lungs. It harmonizes our entire nervous system, balances brain function, strengthens the heart, and activates subtle inner senses that literally shape and create our reality. Here, we will unveil and lift the veil on this hidden knowledge, exploring the mystery of the vagus nerve and how to awaken it, understanding the often underestimated role of carbon dioxide, and mastering the 4-7-8 breathing technique, a grand master key that unites body, mind, and spirit into perfect harmony. Through the mastery of breath flow and rhythm, you can awaken specific systems within your brain so that various life experiences can manifest consciously and intentionally. This isn't merely theoretical formula. I will share real stories, living illustrations, and direct guidance so you can experience the power of breathing with full consciousness, starting from this very moment. Because when you master the sacred art of breathing, your body doesn't just fill with air, your entire life transforms and shifts. So take a deep breath, open your mind wide, and let us walk this path together. Perhaps, after passing through this doorway of understanding, your perspective on life will never be quite the same again. Since the very dawn of human consciousness and awareness, the wise ones, the mystics, the hermits, and the grand alchemists from every corner of the world sensed something that scientists are only now rediscovering piece by piece. Breathing is not merely a biological process, but rather a sublime dialectic, a sacred conversation between body and spirit. In ancient Egypt, the priests within the temples of Karnak and Luxor delved deep into specialized breathing rituals as bridges of communication with the gods and divine forces. They believed in the breath of life, Ka, as they called it, as the vibration of vital energy that flows through conscious breathwork and intentional breathing practices. On the plains and mountains of India, the Vedic sages handed down the science of pranayama, the knowledge and mastery of prana, the universal energy that births and sustains all living beings throughout existence. With the mastery of prana, it wasn't merely the physical body that was strengthened and fortified, but consciousness itself that awakened, reaching realms that transcend ordinary logic and rational understanding. In China, the Taoist tradition and the internal practices of Qigong perfected the art of silent, deep breathing in order to gather and refine Qi, the life force energy that flows through the body's meridian pathways. For them, each consciously taken breath was like the process of assembling an immortal body, something that transcends the mortality and impermanence of physical flesh. Even within the pure intentions and contemplations of Christian mystics, there existed the belief in the breath of divine inspiration, not merely as metaphor or allegory, but as a genuine conviction that in states of meditation and peaceful breathing, the human soul could truly be infused with divine love and heavenly wisdom. What is the eternal message woven through these diverse traditions, spanning thousands of years and thousands of miles? That the art of breath regulation has been held sacred as an instrument of power, health, longevity, and the expansion of the soul's capacity. However, at some point in history, this wisdom faded and became obscured beneath the dust of forgotten ages. The march of industrialization, the pressures of modern living, and humanity's alienation from its own body pushed conscious breathing into the silent corners of lost knowledge. Today, most people breathe merely to stay alive, not to truly enliven and animate their soul's deepest essence. To revive conscious breathing in our current era is an act of sacred rebellion, a way of remembering that within every inhalation and exhalation, unlimited possibilities are born and created. Each breath taken with full attention and awareness is a silent declaration of inner freedom, a recognition that true power doesn't belong to external objects or material things, but resides in our capacity to cultivate and work with the authentic source of energy within ourselves. We have witnessed how conscious breathing was revered as the gateway to life's abundance by our ancestors and forerunners. But what actually happens within the body, mind, and aura when we breathe slowly and with complete attention and presence? Behind this seemingly simple act, what processes are truly at work? Imagine your body as a massive energy-generating power plant and system. Breath is the primary generator that electrifies every part, every cell, even the production of thoughts themselves. If your way of breathing is only half-hearted, shallow and rushed like the average person today, that power plant operates at half capacity. Cells become starved of oxygen, toxins struggle to be eliminated optimally, and the mind becomes easily scattered, unfocused, and distracted. But if you deepen and slow down your breath, something genuinely magical begins to occur and manifest. You activate the vagus nerve, that special pathway connecting the brain with vital organs, the heart, lungs, and digestive system. This nerve is part of the parasympathetic system that regenerates, restores, balances, and heals the body at its deepest levels. By breathing with full consciousness and awareness, The vagus nerve springs into action, calming the heartbeat, lowering stress hormones like cortisol, and releasing acetylcholine, a neural compound that brings tranquility, mental clarity, and emotional stability and equilibrium. Going even further, what the ancient masters have long understood, and what modern science is now beginning to detect. Activating the vagus nerve also opens subtle energy channels throughout the entire body system. In the Taoist tradition, this is called opening the central channel, while in yoga it's known as Sushumna, the pathway for Kundalini energy's ascent and rise. Not to be overlooked is the role of carbon dioxide, which is often underestimated and misunderstood. Many have been taught to fear CO2, considering it merely waste byproduct. The truth is, at certain optimal levels, CO2 is absolutely necessary for oxygen to penetrate body cells more effectively and efficiently. If too much CO2 is expelled due to short, shallow breathing, the body actually suffers from oxygen deficiency at the cellular level, and vitality inevitably declines. This is why techniques like 4-7-8, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, exhale for 8 seconds, function to prolong CO2 presence, creating more efficient oxygen exchange and triggering profound states of calm and tranquility. Energetically speaking, the gentle retention after inhalation boosts vital pressure so that qi flows throughout the entire spine, nourishing major glands like the pineal, pituitary, and thyroid, thereby awakening intuition and rejuvenating organs throughout the system. In summary, each cycle of conscious breathing provides the following processes. Long inhalation. Lungs expand fully, the heart receives gentle massage, energy channels in the chest area open wide. Brief holding. CO2 increases optimally, oxygen utilization improves, energy rises to higher centers of consciousness. Slow exhalation. Vagus nerve activates. Relaxation spreads throughout. Tension dissolves and releases. Brief pause after exhaling. The soul enters the space of silence. The mind expands without limitation or boundary. This noble and sacred cycle doesn't merely regulate biological processes, but also reorganizes and restructures prana or qi, liberates energy centers, chakras, dantian, while simultaneously strengthening the aura so that resilience, magnetic presence, and inner sensitivity grow increasingly powerful and refined. What's most astounding? All of this requires no sophisticated equipment, exotic potions, or complex ceremonial rituals. Only you, your body, and your breath. You yourself are the technology, the instrument, the sacred tool. After understanding the foundation and transformative effects of conscious breathing on body and soul, now is the time to explore what distinguishes an ordinary practitioner from a true breath alchemist and master. As the Taoist teachings say, knowing the river isn't enough. You must master its invisible currents and hidden depths. The first, pure and crystalline intention. When beginning any breathing practice or exercise, your mental atmosphere and emotional waves will permeate and infuse the energy being created. If you're rushed, anxious, or impatient, those vibrations also settle into your energetic layers, limiting and constraining the results. The ancient teachers emphasized the importance of cultivating respect, gratitude, and inner calm before practice. Sit or stand with full awareness. Shift your attention to your heart center. Be still for a moment. Plant a noble intention. Through this breath, I align myself, fill with fresh energy, and connect with the pure essence of my true self. Clarity of intention unites soul, body, and energy. Then multiplies the power and effectiveness of your practice exponentially. Second, the process of gradual adjustment and acclimation. Many ancient techniques were hidden or taught only to select circles, because excessive energy flow that isn't properly managed can actually cause disturbances and imbalances. Anyone whose nervous system is weak or who carries heavy emotional wounds, if they force the practice too intensely, might experience dizziness, heart palpitations, anxiety, or nightmares and disturbing dreams. Therefore, the principle is little but consistent. Begin with 3 to 5 minutes daily, then increase gradually and slowly. Listen to your body's signals and signs. If you feel stronger, more centered, and peaceful, you're on the right path. If complaints or issues arise, reduce the intensity accordingly. Third, body alignment and postural arrangement. Consider your spine as an antenna to the cosmos and universe. If the body is hunched or limp, energy flow will become blocked and stagnant. Ensure your back is straight and erect, chin slightly tucked, crown of the head pointing upward. This kind of posture opens the main channels, smooths qi flow, and maximizes the effect of every breath taken. Fourth, establishing roots and grounding. As you raise energy through breath, also establish a strong, solid connection to the earth. Imagine from your tailbone base and soles of your feet, roots of light grow and penetrate deep into the earth's core. This contemplation balances upward and downward flow, so energy doesn't scatter randomly in all directions. Fifth, integration into daily life. The ultimate goal isn't to make conscious breathing a separate routine or isolated practice, but to weave it into every single moment of existence, while walking, working, speaking, contemplating, or resting. Conscious breathing is the subtle thread that unites all experiences into complete presence and awareness. The Taoists once said, "The wise breathe from their heels, common people only from their chest." The meaning, calm, deep, and silent breathing is the sign of energetic maturity and longevity. Here's a summary of the 5 main pillars. 1. Noble intention. 2. Gradual progression. 3. Posture and body alignment. 4. Strong grounding and rooting. 5. Connection and integration into daily life. Anyone who tends to these 5 foundations will experience vitality and mental clarity, and can even harmonize themselves with the cosmic rhythm that sustains all of existence. Knowing the secret is a blessing and gift, but practicing it is the true form of mastery and expertise. Now that you understand the essence and layers of conscious breathing, the next step is to bring this ancient art into everyday life, naturally, continuously, not separated from life's small moments. True wisdom lies hidden, not in isolated techniques, but in how we transform ordinary seconds into sacred rituals filled with profound meaning. Below, I share 7 easy keys for cultivating this inner power practically and deeply. The first key: in the morning, as soon as you awaken from sleep, before touching your phone or rushing out of the room, sit for a moment at the edge of your bed. Close your eyes, place both hands below your navel, and try 10 slow, deep breaths. Feel each inhalation bringing in light and clean, fresh energy. Allow each exhalation to release burdens and worries. This routine stabilizes your energy, clarifies your mind, and creates harmony throughout your entire day. Second, transition breath before major activities. Whether heading into an important meeting, arriving home, or about to engage in deep discussion, stop for 2 minutes. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 7 counts. Exhale for 8 counts. Do this 5 times. This technique resets your nervous system, so stress and turmoil aren't carried from one activity to the next. Third, become aware of your breath while walking. Wherever you're walking, toward your workplace, for the market, or simply enjoying the outdoor air, synchronize your steps with your breath. 4 steps for 1 inhalation, 4 more for exhalation. This habit calms the mind, strengthens the legs, and fills the body with renewed energy. Every journey becomes walking meditation. Fourth, inner smile. With each inhalation, allow a subtle smile, even if only from within, to be present simultaneously. This gentle smile spreads gratitude and peace throughout all layers of your body, instantly raising your energetic frequency and vibration. Fifth, evening breath ritual before sleep. Lie on your back, close your eyes, inhale and exhale gently and deeply while imagining each exhalation erasing the day's stress and heavy emotions. This process cleanses energy, calms the nerves, and makes your sleep far more restorative and healing. Sixth, daily reminders. Place small symbols, a special stone, notes, or meaningful objects in strategic places: work desk, vanity mirror, car steering wheel. Each time you see them, take 3 conscious breaths. In this way, your practice remains alive even amid busyness and activity. Seventh, daily breath journal. At day's end, note, how many times today was I breath aware? How did I feel afterward? What changes occurred in my energy or emotions? This activity cultivates self-sensitivity, strengthens the habit, and measures your inner development and progress. By living these 7 steps, the quality of energy within you gradually becomes more resilient and peaceful. You'll experience clearer thinking, better emotional regulation capacity, increased physical endurance, and a feeling of sacred closeness to life itself. We have traversed a path that doesn't merely expand knowledge, but also reconnects you with the true source of life within the depths of your heart. What you've learned now goes far deeper than mere breathing techniques. This is the doorway to self-mastery, the key that unlocks the tremendously powerful potential hidden within your consciousness and inner being. For thousands of years, the wise ones knew breath wasn't just air, but prana, chi, or spirit, the universal energy that sustains everything in existence. They understood that whoever can regulate their breath also masters their mind. And whoever successfully guards their mind becomes the master of their own destiny. Today, you have remembered this truth and reclaimed this knowledge. We have examined how breath filled with consciousness can awaken the vagus nerve, balance the nervous system, increase vital energy, and sharpen intuition. We've delved into how the combination of intention, body posture, rhythm, and consistency makes every inhalation and exhalation an act of alchemy. Above all, we understand that true power doesn't lie outside, but in how we nurture the creative energy from within ourselves. The modern age once attempted to disconnect us from this wisdom. They taught shallow breathing, fast-paced lifestyles, and the pursuit of external solutions, when in reality the answer has always been within. Now, with each conscious breath, you are defying that forgetfulness. You are reclaiming the sovereignty of your energy and your power. However, this is only the beginning of a long journey. Breathing is the foundation upon which you can build a healthy life, clear inner being, stable emotions, and an open soul. Every day, a new opportunity to refine self-mastery, renew energy, and create reality from the inside out. If the voice and message within this video resonates in harmony with your life, if you feel called to rediscover inner power, share this knowledge, spread this wisdom, and allow more people to obtain the map toward true harmony. Don't forget to join us. Subscribe to this channel, activate the notification bell, and share this video with anyone who wishes to explore the secrets of life, resilience, and truth that transcends material boundaries and limitations. Await upcoming videos where we will discuss other esoteric techniques, ancient heritage, and practices that enrich the body, awaken the mind, and expand the horizons of the soul. Remember, every conscious breath is one real step toward your total awakening and complete transformation. May profound tranquility, the clarity of consciousness light, and extraordinary vitality flow through every single moment of your inhalation and exhalation.